Hello guys, welcome back to the 4th episode of Surviving Mars. Now I hope you enjoyed the last 3 episodes because they've been out for a while now. And I hope you guys have been watching them, enjoying them, and I hope we continue with this series. Now, last episode what happened was we landed our first passenger rocket on this planet, and we now have a dome filled with passengers, filled with buildings, filled with life. We were able to pass the founder stage, which is basically the first stage of human exploration in this game. Now what we're going to do today is we're hopefully going to set up a second settlement, because of course this one is tiny, this one is already filled. As you can see last episode it wasn't this filled. I'll update you on what I have been doing off screen. But what we can hopefully do today is set up a settlement over in this region, which has a lot of plenty resources. It has water deposits, concrete deposits, etc, etc. Hopefully we will be able to set up something over here. Now as you can see, something up here. First Martian born. Wow. First Martian born. That means that we have a child in this dome. Isn't that amazing? What I've been doing is I've been trying to get their comfort, their morale, their sanity up so that they could produce a child. And here we go. We have our first little child. Now this is cool. Age group, there we go. 1 out of 1 children. Let's apply that and let's search for it. I really want to see this child. I think our plan for this episode might be changed. Because with a child now, I don't think he can live in just these normal residences. I think we need to build a nursery. But to do that, we need to build another dome because I have no space here. But before we do any of that, let me just update you on what's been going on. So as you can see over here, we have a bunch of solar panels here. And you might be wondering, why did you replace all the wind turbines? And I've replaced it because I have just been needing way too many machine parts. I had to keep shipping them from Earth, keep shipping them from Earth, keep shipping them from Earth. It's been very, very annoying, and it's been taking up a bunch of our money. So what I decided to do is I've decided to set up a bunch of solar panels. And I can hear your concerns. How are you going to get power at night? As you can see, they're powered off. What I've decided to do is I've decided to set up a very big solar power plant. And with this, I have them leading into a bunch of batteries. Now what happens with these batteries is they store power. First, the solar power goes straight into the batteries, and then it goes into the dome. With this system over here, we can store power, then at night, we just go it in. It just goes back into the dome. And they only need 1 metal for maintenance. That's absolutely perfect. This wire over here is a bit annoying, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Another big change I made was, of course, the dome. I've added a lot to it. So you can see we need 2 living spaces now because I have actually got ourselves a bunch of new passengers to this planet. Because we passed the founder stage, that is exactly what we could do now. We can keep sending passengers back and forth. Now as you can see here, both of these are filled up, almost. That's because I've added some new facilities. We now have a diner and an infirmary. First of all, this not only helps people with their medical checks, and this not only helps people stay safe, but this also adds to their comfort. And that's what helped us get our new child. Now I don't know where the child is just yet, but we will find out very soon. Something else I like to do is just slow down the game. Just look at what these people do, because they are so fun. Like, look at them shopping over here. They're just, you know, picking out their goods. Food production has been insane. As you can see, we have a completely full storage over here. That is because we have these 2 amazing farms. And something I've realized is that you can actually grow different crops. Over here we have leaf crops instead of, what do we have over here? Wheatgrass. And this grows slower, but it gives us more harvest. Another thing that you may notice is this tower in the middle. It's called a water reclamation system. It's categorized as a spire. What it does is you can put it in the middle of your dome, and for example, this one, it helps save water. Of course, there are different other spires that I've been figuring out because of the research I've been doing. Of course, off screen, as I was just working, my research has been going off. We are about less than halfway, almost halfway into the research, and there have been some really good things here. And of course, exploration has been going on. That's a given. Of course, I'm going to be exploring the area around us. Okay, but now because we have a child, that does change the way we have to think about this a little. Because, you know, we're going to have to build another dome. See, there are different types of domes. We have our normal basic dome over here, but there's a micro dome, which is much smaller. Doesn't look smaller, but it is. There's a big barrel dome, which is actually bigger. And these are all very interesting. So I'm going to need to think about this a little. What do we want to set up here? Because of course, we do have our normal dome over here. What we really only need right now is child services. So I think we just need to set up a little micro dome. It doesn't take up as much power or air or any of that. This can be just really nice and convenient to just set up right over here. Boom. It also does take less resources. I want to see if it's in the area of this drone hub. Of course it is. Let's speed up our game, and we can see this dome being built. Now, of course, when this dome is built, let's just set that to high priority so they just start doing that immediately. When this dome is built, we need to connect it to all of the essentials, like water production, which is over here for us. We need our oxygen production. I think we can build our own oxygen production over here. I think our water is doing quite well. Yep, they are completely full. And what that's going to allow us to do is just quickly set up some piping. Pipes that can go from the water storages all the way over here. Very nice and easy. Go from here to here. There we go. Are these pipes building themselves? Do these pipes just build themselves? That's very peculiar. I was not expecting self-building pipes in my world. The next thing we can do is, I guess, expand our solar panel. Because these solar panels are going to do good, but that's only for one dome. Of course, the batteries are almost empty at night. So we can expand that. So let's do that. So where are our solar panels? Probably in power, because that would make sense. Now while I'm just doing this, I do want to ask you a question, guys. Yesterday's question was, how was your day? And what I want to do is kind of ask daily questions. Just, you know, as little updates. While we're just playing, you know, it's kind of like chatting. It doesn't all have to be gameplay, even though that is what this episode is about. I do want to kind of have more interaction with you guys. So the question today is, what is your favorite movie? You know, during this trying time, I'm not going to really talk about it much, but of course you have to find a way to entertain yourself, and movies are a great way of doing that. My question is, what is your guys' favorite movie? I really don't know what my favorite movie is. Honestly, I love all of the Marvel movies. They really have a very nice story, and I've been analyzing them recently, and they're really entertaining and enjoyable to watch. However, now I want to know your opinion. What do you guys think? Do you also enjoy Marvel movies? Leave it down in the comment section down below. You know, we can just have a little talk. Another thing that I want to address is how these episodes are going to work. This is a Let's Play, but I don't only want to do a Let's Play series on this channel. So what I'm planning to do is kind of do how-tos. If you guys want to also play this game, I'm going to teach you a little bit about it. I'm going to do some tutorials. I'm going to teach you some of the basics of this game. That's what I'm planning to do in the future. As you can see, a lot of these are malfunctioning. So if you guys want to see that, drop a like on this video. Remember to subscribe not to miss any of this content. And let's start powering up this dome. Now obviously this does not have life support. It does have enough water. It somehow has enough oxygen. I don't know where it's getting oxygen from. But now it must be connected to a power provider. Just get our power cables ready. These batteries should be filling up much quicker. I guess we could take advantage of this wire that we just randomly have here and connect that all the way to this dome. Another thing I've been noticing is we are running out of metal. I think that's the next thing I'm going to address. I don't see how we can be getting oxygen production here. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm not very confident in this oxygen production that we just randomly got out of nowhere, I am going to build its own Moxie over here. As you can see, there's going to be a Moxie. It's going to connect straight with the pipes, straight to the base. Now another question you may have is, how are people going to get from this dome to this dome? Because they can't just run out there. So something that I have seen is actually, let's look at domes, passage. Okay guys, I am back. I did face a bit of issues actually figuring out how this passageway worked. And how it works is that you need to actually go inside the dome and clear a space. So I had to clear one of the little parts of nature, and then we'd be able to connect it. And the funny thing is that by the time that I finished this, the child had already grown up. Let me quickly show you by going to the command center. So if we go to colonists, this right here, he's in the age group youth. He was a child, and now he's grown up, and that was kind of for nothing. Of course, more children will be made, and by then we'll have those school and nursery. They will all be full. Then his traits are now Martian-born, which is a new trait, and Martian-born colonists will never become Earth-sick. Then their group of techs can improve this trait significantly. Okay, but now we got that problem over with. Let me get to the main issue that we have with today's video. I actually learned I can also change the style of this, which looks pretty snazzy. But the main topic of today's video was going to be settling over here. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing we did at the very, very beginning of this journey. I'm actually going to send a whole cargo rocket full with prefab buildings, drones, RC explorers, concrete, metals, foods, all of that, and we'll send it down there. And then I'm going to do kind of a little montage where you'll see me build all the stuff that I need to actually set up a civilization here. So without further ado, let's begin. Our supply rocket is now landing in this new, unexplored area of Mars. This is the first step to setting up this new colony away from home. And with this colony, we begin to build the drone hub, the concrete extractor. We were able to launch a rocket back up, the water extractor, and also a fuel refinery, because we do have to send this rocket back. Okay, so we didn't manage to build a dome just yet. We have made a lot of progress up there in the top right of the map, but something very, very sad has happened. One of our fellow Martian human people, one of our founders, has died of old age. It's very sad because I know a lot of them are going to be coming up next too. But we have to continue from this. Even though the death will be mourned all throughout Mars with the other 25 people I have here, I would like to tell her a little thank you for helping us make this a possibility. Now back to the building. And now, for the grand finale, we have completed our dome. Now we have a whole new civilization on the other side of Mars, or on the other side of this map that we have over here. And it's actually really exciting because it does have a lot of metal resources, it does have a lot of concrete, a lot of water, and it does give us a chance to set up the shuttle hub, which I think we will be doing in the next episode. Now, of course, we're not going to fill up the dome on camera. That's what I'm going to do off screen. Then when we come back, we will have people inside this dome. We will have stuff inside it, all of the necessary buildings. And after that, we are going to be able to build the shuttle hub. Another thing that I've noticed is that we are lacking a lot of the basic advanced resources, electronics, machine parts, polymers. We are lacking a lot of that. It's every day look at that, 2 consumption per soul. That is ridiculous. So what we're going to need to do is actually go into production and start building some of these factories. Now to do that, we do need people actually working there, and I think that's what we're going to try to start doing next episode, and start setting up jobs for people other than inside the dome. Well, other than that, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being here with me. If you watch at the end, again, thank you. Please like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. Again, the daily question today is, what is your favorite movie? But other than that, I'd like to say thank you again, and goodbye.